camera don't want to give me all of me. The camera doesn't want to do me. Hello, everyone. Me, Aries Love here. I always gotta do something goofy or silly whenever I say my name. It's as if I needed to come on and say something and don't know now what to say. I think it took me long to set up. It took me too long to set up everything. Hi. I wanted to come on and maybe give some readings, conversational, and give a message or two. I've been doing podcasts, and everything within my podcast lately has been about our journey, where we're going, how we're getting there. There's so many ways to get there. There's like so many ways to get there. I did have one view, and they left. Okay, I got distracted. Spirit just keeps guiding me to talk about seeing the cup half full and being grateful and thankful for everything, good, bad, or indifferent, because really in some ways, there's not a bad experience per se, because within that experience, you learn something. So looking at it from that aspect of learning, educational, I've come to now saying my educational experiences, because within each of those experiences, I learned something. I got an education on life, people, choices that we make, and taking responsibility of the choices I made and the things that I did. And I could have said no, and I said yes, so. And with that yes came a lot of educational experiences. A lot. So, as I went on this journey for 3 years, learning, getting educated on people, life, spiritual, my gifts continued to grow. And I eventually evolved into a conversational reader. I like runes. Actually, I love runes. I haven't used them in a while, and I've been kind of drawn to some cards. So, which throughout all my life, I've never been drawn to cards. So, as I continued on this journey for 3 years, cards came into play. It was generally just strictly runes, but then cards came into play. And from there, I started teaching others spiritual. I call it beginner spiritual, actually, because, you're teaching them how to ground and teaching them how to connect, and you're sharing your knowledge or wisdom. And I always explain to people that there's always more than one way on your path, on your journey. You have to figure out what resonates with you. I can give you suggestions and ideas and stuff on it, but the ultimate is up to you. You have to decide which road you're going to travel, and that needs to resonate within you. As a spiritual person, as a reader, of course, angels, guides, they talk to me, but sometimes they tell me don't say anything. Because sometimes speaking can alter one's path, one's journey. And it's like, if you're on the right path and they like, what da 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 da, as long as they don't do this, so don't mention that. So I won't mention, hi, why don't you say hi? And your name, things, and I see if Spirit has something for you, as I'm talking about my journey for the past 3 years. And and partially how I became where I am at this moment, doing radio, did a little movie scene. And it's just, I started thinking more positively and looking at all my experiences as educational. Instead of a negative, it was because within each one of those experiences, I was educated. I was taught something. I was given something. It may have been strength, wisdom. I was given something out of each and every one of those experiences. So, hence the educational experience. So, as I stopped going on Facebook so much and I started getting out and meeting others, meeting my tribe family outside of Facebook, because I have tribe family there too that I love and adore. But as I did get out and I started doing my thing, I noticed I started losing some people. Some of them were spiritual, some of them were readers like myself, quite gifted. And because I chose my path versus the path they thought I should be on, which was kind of like theirs. you know. And if I'm supposed to end up on that path, I've always known that wherever I'm supposed to be, I will be. I'm going to be there. If it means I have to go over a couple of bumps, hills, turn a couple of corners, climb over a couple of walls. I've always been able to know that in the end, it's going to be good. I'm going to be okay, because everything is an experience. And we all make choices and we choose to do something or not to do it. And if you choose to do something and it doesn't come out the way in which you was hoping or thought or expected it to, that's a word, expected. I've come to understand not to expect, have no expectations, just travel the journey, stay on the path, learn the lessons. And when spirit tells you not to do something, don't do it. Because you're going to have to pay for it, especially if it was the wrong decision to make, which usually if spirit tells you no, it's not the right path to travel down. That was part of my 3 years experience. And that was the most educational part for me, was understanding when spirit speaks to me and tell me not to do something, I should not do it. I'm laughing now. And of course, there was a time I couldn't. I was angry and I had to deal with those emotions. And I had to understand and realize if I should be angry and I'm angry at this person, it's not the person I need to be angry at, it's myself, because I had a choice. And I heard spirit tell me no, and I said yes. So this was my choice, my responsibility. The anger I had within me was for me, not for that person, because I did the wrong thing. I did that. But no, I would never deal with the person ever again in life. But I did that. So I had to accept the fact that it was, again, my choice to do it. I could have said no. So with that came some serious education. Serious education, I tell you. Kind of unbelievable. But within that education, I grew. I became stronger emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I grew. I grew closer to my higher self. I grew to now where the angels and the guides are a little louder. Well, more than a little. So now I could hear them better. Then I found myself, I was able to actually connect others with their guides. And that within itself was interesting. So my advice, spirits, like, what do you mean your advice? I say you, on your path, on your journey, good, bad, or indifferent, look for the lesson. Look for the lesson, people. Look for the lesson, because there's a lesson in it. I promise. There's an educational moment for you, and you need to learn that. Whatever that educational lesson is, you need to learn that. So I'll say again, take responsibility for what you choose to do. Rather, it comes out good, bad, or indifferent. And if you get angry with another human being, look at yourself too. Look at you and see what's going on within you. And from there, then you take it and be honest with yourself, take responsibility. That I found to be a humongous help for me. Huge, huge, let me tell you. So, please take this lesson of going through the trials and tribulations, as people say, being in a narcissistic relationship for 3 years, and then having to find my voice again, rebuild some of my self-esteem, self-confidence, because I lost some of that. I didn't realize I was losing it or had lost it until it came into fruition. I needed to use it, and I had to ask myself, normally, what's wrong with you? Because usually you'll say da 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 da, and you'll say, hold up, stop, and you're just like looking at people and allowing them to do certain things to you that you don't agree with. So then I met this beautiful soul, and with his help, my throat chakra started opening back up. My confidence started being rebuilt because I wasn't surrounded by darkness and negativity. Now I was surrounded by more light, love, support, understanding, and knowing who I am, the path that I was on, accepting it and respecting it, and believing in me that all that I thought that I am, So here I am back on YouTube talking. I'm not pulling any rooms. I'm not doing any cards. But if somebody wants one, you can always put it in the comments. And I don't have a problem with doing it. But this journey, 3 years, the narcissist is gone. Actually, before he left, I met this beautiful soul. At the end, as I call it, the end of my journey with this person, when I decided that it was enough. It was time for me to step out, get away, and shine my light again, make my light bright once again. So, as I'm preparing mentally, emotionally, and financially to figure out my way out of this without drama, chaos, and BS, I met this beautiful soul who motivated me. Motivated me and showed me. It's like as if he's more than a soulmate. I don't know what he is, but it's the connection of him being a major mirror for me, and I guess he gets to reflect who I was. He is who I was, and I want that back. I want to be vocal again. I want to talk. I want to help verbally people. I don't just want to be on Facebook all the time talking to people, but I'm not getting out there and talking and doing my throat chakra. I even stopped reading to a degree, and that wasn't really cool for myself, but I did. And I started focusing on healing. Well, that too, I heard was I needed to do healing for a bit. I think it was to strengthen it more, give me more experience, and give me more of an education on healing, distant healing that I do. Some people call it remote healing. I just say I'm sending you some healing energy. That's me. I'm gonna send you some healing energy if you so need it. I'm known as an intuitive reader. I'm also known as an energy reader. I'm known as a seer. All these titles and labels. Oh my God. I would say I'm a gifted chick who loves to help people, whenever she can. Share some knowledge and wisdom, and share what your guides and spirits and angels are saying to you to help you along your journey, your path, to try to make it as easy for you as possible. But not all easy things are good things or the best way to travel. So after these 3 years was up, within that last year, I found myself in Georgia trying to get away. Anyway, came here and wanted to start over anew. And since I've been here at first, the first year was extremely difficult. Keep in mind, I haven't made it even 2 years yet, but it was extremely difficult, which just acknowledged more and more to me the path that I was on was wrong. That this was not the path I'm supposed to be on right now. The path I'm supposed to be on is not going to be as hard as this one. Of course, there's going to be some bumps, there's going to be some hills, there's going to be some turns, and but it's not this. It's not this at all. No way. Cannot be. And it wasn't. As when I finally got over that mountain with all that education that I received, and this beautiful soul was here looking at me, wanting to help me, assist me in everything I needed to do what it was I came to Georgia to do. Through all of that, there was this beautiful light, as I said, and helped me where I was able to do my very first spiritual event ever. That's how down. That's the motivation and support right there. I came out my comfort zone to do that, and working on a second one now. I'm like, wow. And along this here, preparing for having that little scene in a movie, all these lovely, wonderful things started happening once I released that no longer served my highest good. The narcissist. Once in my heart, mind, and soul, it was time to say enough. I'm done. We're finished. Crossover. Do whatever you want. I don't care. Just leave me alone. Live your life however you choose and allow me to do the same. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And we just had a discussion. We talked. I started manifesting. I started telling the universe and my angels and guides what it was I needed from this situation right now, and to please make it happen as quickly as possible. He decided he had an opportunity, and even though Spirit told me it wasn't like he thought it was going to be, I didn't tell him. I said, go and pursue your dreams and your goals. And, I have to respect that, which is true. I have to respect anyone that chooses to follow their dream, regardless of what type of person that they are, but that chooses to follow their dream, to have enough courage to do that. So I encouraged him even more to go ahead and go. So he did. So he's out, gone, finished. I moved out. Well, technically I had already moved out, but I went back to get the rest of my things, and those things were no longer, they were destroyed and things, but that's okay. I said, another lesson learned. Next time, I'll make sure I will totally CYA myself, Going forward, coming to this point today, that year, I would have never thought that I would be here, sitting here on YouTube, sharing this past 3 years journey to Georgia and the year in Georgia, which was the icing on the cake. And then beautiful things started happening. Things that I wanted to happen, the reasons I came here, because I'm very spiritual. And Georgia has a lot of that here. And this is also my ancestral grounds as well. Both of my parents are from Georgia. So that was a lot coming here too, with that and feeling that energy and the love and support. But yet going through what I was going through, it became really bad here, the ending. Sometimes you have to have horrible endings to have beautiful beginnings. So with that in mind, jumped on this new road, the path in which I wanted to be on, doing the things I really wanted to do that touched me, deeply. So I have a lot of love, and I like to give that and share that to everyone that needs you need some help. If I can do it, I will. But you just need me to support you. I got you on that too. So being a type of person, always being there for others and supporting others and motivating and pushing and uplifting. It's a beautiful thing now that it's like my turn, that I get that as well now. I get that motivation, that uplifting, that support. Oh God. It's such a nice thing. It's so beautiful to have that. So as you continue on your journey, and I continue on mine, I would love for us to eventually connect, crossing paths, or connect and walk the journey together if ever needed. I am here. So for now, I see I've been on here for over 20 minutes. Thank you so much for letting me share with you guys. And thank you for the people that are watching. Peace and blessings. I love you.